Hello, my name is Stephanie Toman, and this video is going to be covering an area of the syllabus for advanced ICDL spreadsheets. It's going to be looking at hyperlinks and importing, using Excel 26 to demonstrate, but Excel 365 can be used as well. With regards to this particular area, the importing bit is slightly different for the 365, so I'll be adding a little version in there so that you can see the differences. It's very minor. So that's what we're going to be looking at, all the different areas that you can hyperlink in spreadsheets and how to import using Office 2016 and 365. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
This video now is concentrating on the hyperlinks and importing syllabus areas. A linking was done in a previous video if that's an area you want to have a look at. So if we use the lecture materials, make sure you've got the right ones, open up the hyperlinks, and what you should see are these three documents here. Open up all hyperlinks. Okay, and what I've got here is in each of these tabs, I've got an area that I'm going to be doing. And then what I've done is I've popped in a print shot of how I've done it. So whether it's here, here, or here, and then what I've used within the pane, okay, just to help for revision purposes. So if we're going to relate this one here, we're going to hyperlink it to the cell range here that has a named range of profit, as you can see up there. So if we go back up again and onto the profit, you can either go to the Insert tab and use the hyperlink over there under the links area, or you can right-click and hyperlink that way. Okay, so we're bringing up the hyperlink box. That's the text that's displayed, and we need to go to a place in the document. It's not an existing file and it's not a web page. So let's go to place in the document, and then we can see here there's that defined name profit. Click on it, OK, and then if we click on it, and it should jump to there, which is the named range. So that one worked. We go to the next one along. This one is taking us to a document outside, and you can see this is how it's done through the existing file option there, linking to, and then it's looking at what one we're using. Okay, so just like we did before, right click hyperlink, existing document, go into notes, and OK. Let's try it. Wobbling a little bit because it's just in the software and we're using to demonstrate. So let's close that. And the next one I'm going to use is the consultants. Now I've already got a website here. You can see CIA training. So if I click on that. So if you continue with this and we look at the consultants here, you've got it going to CIA training. That could be edited if you wanted to change it. Remember that when we do the going to a website, we make sure our existing file and we put the website in here. So if we tried this one, for example, let's try to go to CI training here. Okay, it's now hyperlinked, and then it goes to the website. Okay, so that's all of the areas. You can see here, I've also popped in all the stuff about right-clicking, editing, opening, and removing. So if we wanted to remove one, we just right-click and remove, and it's gone. Okay, so that's the hyperlinking. Okay, then the final part of the linking and importing, we're going to open up the importing folder. And we're going to open up the import hotel, and we're going to bring in some text files. Okay, so we've got this open. If we go to the data tab, you will see that there's areas where it's got get external data. So we're going to get some external data from text. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to where we've got our folder. So mine's on the on the desktop, and yours hopefully will be close by too. And I've got it in these lecture materials. And remember that we're in week 3, and Lincoln importing, and in here. So we're going to bring in the hotel text, the first one. What we need to do before we do that is where. So let's just open it first. And it comes up with a wizard. So hopefully, because I haven't clicked on sheet 1, which is where I'd like to put it, hopefully we can do that. So delimited is okay, next. It's data that obviously is by tab, because if I take that off, it becomes full data. Semicolons doesn't work, comma doesn't work. And what I mean by doesn't work is the tab puts into correct columns and cells. Next, that's fine, everything's okay there. We want to finish, and then we've got the choice of where we'd like to put it. So if I collapse that, go to sheet 1, click on A1 there, drop it down. But it would make more sense, wouldn't it, to actually put your cursor, activate A1 in sheet 1 before you start the wizard, but it still works and it's still okay. And then when you're okay, you brought in, we have a look back at sheet 1, all of that data I've brought in from hotel. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do sheet 2, let's click in B2 before we start. So remember, from text, I'm going to go back in, I'm going to bring in the people. Delimited, yes, we can see what's going on there. There's some commas. See the commas in the data. So next, I'm going to make sure it's a comma, not a tab. Okay, the exam will tell you which one it is. You've just got to look for it in the question. And finish that one. It's going into B2. We're happy with that. And we drop the data.
Okay, so this is looking at importing a text file into Excel using 365. So you can see the slight difference in the way that it looks on the ribbon, but there are very minor differences between the two. So if we go into this area to get the text file we're bringing in the exam you'll be going into the Z drive as you do to try and find it. I'm just going to the my desktop, it's easiest when it comes to demonstrating, and I'm going to go and find a text file. This time it's called people. As you can see down there it says import people. So if I double click on that, it brings up a wizard like it did in the 2016, but you can see here it's just slightly different the way that it looks. And because this is more fancy across the top, when you actually click on the A1 cell there and you just load, what happens is it puts in the fancy bits at the top and it thinks you've actually placed it in A2, so you get it incorrect. So what you would do is you drop this down and you load 2, and then you can put in the A1. It's already in there, as you can see there, because I've clicked on it, but it could be in the existing sheet, and then you could actually just, if it wasn't there, you could just go and click on it like that, and that will then make sure that that data starts in A1. And you can see what I mean, it puts the headings in, right, all fancy, and it's a lovely piece of software. It looks really nice, but it's just to make sure that you get it correct for the exam, or if you're just using it for other purposes in your work or home or studies.